Um, Hello. Okay, now this is probably gonna go wrong and uh nope, that's fine. Fennhaven. I started typing the title, Fennhaven Friday live chat, blah blah, but I accidentally pushed the enter key because I'm typing on my laptop um keyboard and not my real keyboard, and so it's smaller, and so I'm all my typing's off. You know what I'm saying? Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh, hi, JK Pioneer. Hi, Albert Camus. Hi, Huli. Good to see ya. Um, uh, yeah, I still can't pull myself together enough to show myself on camera. I'm not, I haven't been, oh, I haven't been running at 100% here. Um, yeah. And then, oh man. So, hi, INFJ. Davi B, good day. Much love, Davio. Thank you. Send in the clowns. Hey, Carrie Galloway. I almost wrote that as a title and then I deleted it. Oh, I know you think it's crazy, but my DB Cooper solve ends at Eric Sloan's Seek No Further Tree. Oh, I love it. I love it because there's no way that I don't think it's possible that there's not a final Eric Sloan tie-in, no matter where that damn chest was, you know? And that's more so it's like I don't there we go. There we go. It makes me think of the end location for me. The end location is not what is going to bring me closure or go, even if you guys found all DB Cooper's cash under Eric Sloan's Seek No Further tree. I mean, I still need to know the clues that got you there. I mean, I still, no matter what, the only thing that's ever going to bring me closure in this is going to be the mechanics, the how did he figure it? How was it written? How was it figured out? What are the 9 clues? The actual spot for me I just need the clues. I mean, so I just, and I know that that Jack said he's never going to release the location, the final location, but that doesn't mean that that article came out that said him and Forrest agreed that they should never, because it was going to get damaged and people are going to take stuff from it and all that. And oh, that is just like, it's okay. So they said they weren't going to release the final location, but they didn't say boo hiss about the clues or where the hints were, how it was discovered, the mechanics. I need that. Hey, Rusty Nipples. I see. I've looked up here. I'm gonna pull you guys up on my, hang on, everybody. I'm gonna pull you up on my other computer so I can see the chat better. Here we go. My channel. Is David in here? David Cassiano. Thanks for doing the warm-up band and reading Eric Sloan. I love that. And what a great reminder. I need to play my cards as if Eric Sloan is watching at all times, right? Which is going to be hard to do because I'm going to go into some slippery topics. But okay, so what I did today, who's all in here? Hi, Indy. Hi, Digger. Hi, Nomadic Madman. Hi, Meat Man. Hi, okay, Larry. There's David. Hi. Indy. That just now all of a sudden I had a flashback of me telling everyone to go F themselves on Indy's channel the other night because they started talking about political issues involving the shot. And I was like, holy, I couldn't handle it at that moment. I'm sorry for the breakdown. I still think you're all idiots if you don't go get one, if you don't go get the shot. And I do think you're an idiot, and that's official, and I'm not taking it back. Because anyway, that's the end of that. But so sorry. No, I'm not mad at you. I just think I think I got to look at it with more compassion. You're brainwashed, and it's hard to fool, once you've been fooled, it's hard to tell somebody they've been fooled. And so it's a very frustrating thing, because this is a worldwide thing, and it's not one government, one bullshit. I mean, come on, I just can't, Anyway, why are we talking about that? There's my trigger. Oh yeah, because I'm sorry, Indy. Didn't mean to lose my complete shit. Slippery FF land. Okay, the DB Cooper thing. Okay, why? And why are they selling that so hard? I know Alan Kay, I think, is great in his research and all this, but damn, what I did today, this morning, I started to listen to Dan Barbarisi's book once again, Chasing the Thrill. It's been a little bit since I listened to it also fast, but what I was actually going in here for is to look back at the mentions of the DB Cooper story inside this book, because I think we are following a script here, and this is our script, and our characters are being announced as they are in the book, as they show up, whatever. This is time for the DB Cooper filming. Here's this storyline that they took from Stephanie and Mindy, right? Or I don't know, but somehow Mindy's all tied into this. Because I went back and thought, okay, I'm going to take the high road here on both of this, because I don't know Mindy at all. I guess it's a good thing Susie didn't see my stream from last night. Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah. Not if I was just going to get triggered. I promise. What is he? I'm not selling anything. I don't know what's happening. Well, I'm not seeing your, and it's not necessarily that you know anything that's happening. Like, how do I say this without sounding like such a bee? I'm just trying, you know what, you guys, here it is. I'm just trying to figure out what the F is happening and has happened and is going to happen. And it seems pretty predictable at this point. You could only fool me so many times before I get the pattern and prediction, And so I thought, okay, I'm rising above this whole thing and I'm going back into this book and to learn what has been published about Mindy before this. Okay, here's another thing I'm going to say. I was in the chase during when the wheels fell off the bus on these in 2018, 2017, 2016. I remember this whole chase chat thing and Thor stuff, but guess what? I only remember hearing about it. I never did it. I didn't deal with it. I didn't read that stuff. When I was in my forest fen mode, I would not want to go read somebody else's research. I'm looking for my own things. I didn't want to hear somebody else's ideas. I'm working on my own ideas. So I wasn't really a part of the social community until Toby somehow, I attributed to Toby that I started making YouTube videos. But no matter what, they couldn't suck me into that world. I mean, not very little. I barely went to Dale's. I'm a YouTube person and a researcher of all things Forrest said. Like I watched all his, if it was him speaking, that was I was watching that. If it was somebody talking about, I did participate in all the YouTube shows, right? But not the but I did hear of these. I heard of these ladies, I've heard of Stephanie and I've heard of Mindy, and Stephanie is in, you can hear her asking questions at that that the Moby Dickens or whatever that was, one of those interviews, and she's in the audience and she's asking who is closer, who is closer, me or Dale? And he goes, well, if I told you that, you'd leave right now, or you'd faint or something. And she said, I'd leave right now. And, joke, laugh, 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 so she, so it's like, okay, I've heard of these people and I heard of these characters, but they weren't on YouTube. They like their world was you guys all know. What am I trying to tell you? Everybody knows. And so Toby is Susie's upline cast member org chart. Yeah. Who started? It's true, man. You can make a pyramid and draw, Mm-hmm. God, if my brain was ever better, I have a broken brain right now. Well, it will always be, but sometimes it's worse than others. God bless America. But yeah, I used to know how to make PowerPoint slides and org charts and oh, I really do. I just can't get my brain to do it. It's broken. But anyway, you're going to have to deal with me sitting in the dark until I snap out of it, everybody. Wow, I just drove off the cliff and flew. Oh, man. Okay, back to my story. Okay, so I thought, there was all these weird, or the big fight between, why friendships were being lost and or whatever. And it was this whole, okay, it's this whole, because I'm friends, and Candy said why her and K-Pro couldn't, and then Mike came on with the video, and this is this and this is that, and ugh. And I don't want to be a part, and it's like, why are we bringing this stuff up again? Why is this coming up again after 4 years? Why? And the only thing I can come up with is, yeah, this would make a great YouTube, or not a YouTube, great Netflix episode or a movie plot twist, and it's already written in this book. And it's so disheartening to me that this is how this beautiful, wonderful story of Forrest Fenn is being written to begin with. I am disappointed in Dan Barbarisi for even including this as a thing. It's this, what about the people he helped and saved and all that, instead we got to hear about this without proof crap. I mean, or even put in the position where we have to believe her or not, or put it, it's just So anyway, trying to sort this all out in my own mind and judge for myself how I feel about these things, right? Um, uh, I looked back into this book of Dan Barbarisi's book to see what was already published from not the inside, you know, I mean, from not whatever, whatever would be on Thor's website or on this website or Chase Chat or no, I wanted to see, you know, a different media take on this. And so I'm looking at in the book right now, there's a chapter in Chasing the Thrill by Dan Barbarisi. It's on page 175. And here's where I'm where I have a hard time swallowing this part, and I'm going to go ahead and read this for you all. It's a very, I'm going to read this whole paragraph or until I start gagging. Okay. It starts out, in addition, Mindy said she learned that Fenn was allegedly still engaging in similar activities with other women, prompting her to speak up again. Maybe I should start sooner. Okay. So we can get a bit of the India in particular continued to wage war with her detractors across the various blogs. And from time to time, an incident or issue would arise that would bring the whole subject back to the foreground. Around the same time that the hashtag Me Too movement exploded into the national consciousness in 2017, the topic lit up the boards anew. Fenn's alleged behavior, a powerful man aggressively using his position to solicit sexual favors and materials, had much in common with the kind of things that were suddenly grabbing headlines every day, the kinds of things that powerful men in other industries were being toppled for. Okay, then, in addition, Mindy says she learned that Forrest was allegedly still engaging in similar activities with other women, prompting her to speak up again, while at the same time, there was suddenly a national focus on issues of sexual power. Mindy tried to gain media attention for the controversy inside the treasure hunt, tweeting at numerous media outlets and prominent legal minds that she was part of a Me Too story and that they should get in touch with her to talk about it. This January 2018 tweet sent to attorney Gloria Allred, prominent in representing those in hashtag Me Too cases, was typical of the messages. Cheese and rice. She sent a hashtag Me Too about Forrest Fenn to Gloria Allred. For, is it wrong to say for fuck's sake? Oh my God. Prominent in representing those in the Me Too case was typical of the messages. I'm standing with a few other women against a powerful celebrity who's used coercively controlled women to fulfill his sexual fantasies. He has a cult following. I get death threats for standing against him. He's convincing some to ruin my reputation. Help. It did not receive a reply. Even as it played out over the years, the celebrity hunters mostly did their best to ignore the situation. Dale wielded his banning power to keep this kind of talk off his blogs. The others rarely engaged with it. Though Sasha Johnston, there's another name that's from the book that just popped up live and in color, kind of. She was in color. She was black screen too, but nonetheless. comes another one, would occasionally get into the mix. Cynthia Meacham mostly stayed out of it. But in early 2018, after yet another conflagration. I'm not too sure I said that word right. Oh, she felt the need to weigh in on the matter on her own blog. In a post she cryptically called Battle of the Bees. Cynthia made it quite clear she had little time for the endless wars over Fenn's alleged misdeeds on the blogs, particularly decrying Mindy and the emails she posted. Mindy comes along and posts on Chase Chat her pathetic, clueless, and totally useless private emails from FF. Cynthia wrote, calling Mindy's disclosure insipid pieces of fecal matter she has shared with us lucky searchers. Later on, Cynthia told me that it wasn't necessarily that she didn't believe the women. It was that she just didn't care what Fenn had said or written or done. He, as an adult, any women allegedly involved were adults, and none of it, in her mind, directly impacted the chase. So to her, it was none of her business. And here's quoting Cynthia, which says it exactly. How I want to feel, how I do feel. I just don't give a shit, she said. If Forrest had sex with 100 different searchers, I don't give a shit. I mean, whatever. I just don't. Cynthia. So Candy, you don't know anything about this, what's really going on. I don't. What I'm saying is I'm reading what has been published in Chasing the Thrill, but I'm reading directly out of Dan Barbarisi's book. I'm trying to come up with a journalist, a non-biased journalist's view of what was read. And you want me to read that this line again about Gloria Allred? It is on page 175, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sentences in the paragraph. It says, this January 2018 tweet sent to the attorney Gloria Allred, prominent in representing those in the Me Too cases, was typical of the messages. I'm standing with a few other women against a powerful celebrity who used or coercively controlled women to fulfill his sexual fantasies. He has a cult following. I get death threats for standing up against him. He's convincing some to ruin my reputation. Help. It did not receive a reply. Okay. Okay. So, and what I find super interesting is the bullshit that was brought up, which everyone was fighting over, which Mike brought up, was talking about pedophile and a 16-year-old and somebody's daughter and predator, pedophile, blah, 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 so I don't know which, I mean, but that's not any of this story, so, was that later? Was that after all this? I'm going to continue to read this. And all this dragged on for years. This is not my opinion. This is what I'm reading out of the Chasing the Thrill. I'm reading this directly out of the book. As all this dragged on for years, Fenn remained careful about never acknowledging the situation publicly, but privately, we discussed Stephanie and Mindy and the things they said about him, which he said were untrue. It was clear that he held an affection for Stephanie still, despite all that had happened. He chalked it up to her being a little too obsessed with the hunt and the pressures it put on her, causing her to become upset and do and say the wrong things. I think she's okay, Fenn said. I think she's basically a good human being. She would just become upset. She mortgaged her house. Yeah, lost her husband and everything with it. Stephanie is okay. She's grown to hate me since she stopped searching for the treasure. It's my fault that she didn't find the treasure because I said 6 years ago that she should have found it by now, Fenn sighed, adding that he had said that to 500 people. My saying is, my saying that was carte blanche for her to have a free ticket to the treasure. So it's my fault that she hasn't found it. She thinks she should have it. Mindy, on the other hand, he clearly held in different regard. Don't interview her about me, he hissed. When I said I had talked to her, he went on about how she was not to be believed and repeatedly pointed out the fact that she had been diagnosed with Asperger's. Mindy is not a good human being, Fenn said, but it may be a medical problem. At this point, Mindy felt about the same regard for Fenn's status as a good human being. Still, despite all this, all involved made effort to get along. Stephanie went to Fennbury in 2017 and to a book signing. Mindy and her fiance, James, went to Fenn's house a few days before the same Fennbury, sitting with him alongside other searchers. At that juncture, I knew virtually none of this history and backstory and chaos, and would never have guessed any of it from the way they all spoke politely with one another. In public, it seems, it was all just swept under the rug, perhaps for the sake of keeping the Chase community strong. And maybe some people didn't know what to think, didn't know what to believe. But I had seen enough email exchanges and talked to enough people with both primary and secondary hand knowledge of these situations, people well beyond just Stephanie and Mindy. And I was pretty sure how I felt about it. That forced a difficult balancing act. I was here for Fenn's hunt, not for Fenn, but is it truly possible to separate the two? The right thing to do, knowing what I did, is probably to admit that Fenn is Fenn's hunt. Is probably to admit that Fenn is Fenn's hunt. The entire exercise is built around him. Compartmentalizing it is nothing more than rationalization, and maybe a cowardly one. Still, that's what everyone else seems to be doing. Stephanie, Mindy, and the other women who relayed similar stories were still a part of the hunt and of the community. How did they reconcile what they knew with their continued participation? I asked Mindy that, and she said I wasn't the first to wonder. Her reasoning for staying in it, she thought that maybe if she found it, that would mean she'd won. People ask me, if you think Forrest is such a creep, why would you still go out and search for his treasure, she said. But the truth is, it's a lot of time and thought and effort invested in it. I have put a lot of hours into trying to solve the poem. And I feel like if I found it, it would give me some kind of satisfaction that I beat that guy in the end. She chuckled. Of all the people who want to find it, I think I'm pretty low on that list. I used to be pretty high on that list. Now I'm real low. And that's the end of chapter. That's it. That's all he had to say about it. Here, hang on, I've got, I heard a notification and I just received, oh my God. Once again, this program is sponsored by United RF. No, United Radio Frequency. Please visit us at unitedrf.com. And that's $109 from Eugene. And then it says, and then I got another $50 from somebody who wishes to remain anonymous. as always. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving, Susie. Thank you, you guys. Thank you so much. I'm sorry if, oh, I got this a long time ago and didn't hear it. That's because I have my, anyway, sorry about that. Susie, did you share that email with Indy? Did you share that email with, oh, let's go for a walk is, oh, I thought you sent her that email. I know, I haven't, you know what? Let's go for a walk. I haven't been dealing with things I can't deal with things right now. I'm on broken brain. That's why I can't even be seen on video. I'm just not, it's not. Oh. I will get better. I always do, right? Kind of in a funk. Okay, so there we go. Okay, I'm gonna look up at the chat and see what people are saying. You know, and all I did is oh, I see my new, did you read my new email? I'm not for sure. When did you send it? I can't remember if I looked at them today. Oh yeah. Oh, I know. 9 Mile Hole. I know the 9 Mile Hole narrative. I don't believe a word. I don't believe it either. Oh, here's a link. Here you go, Mary. To help. From my perspective, it's right. This right here shouldn't be discussed. To stop bringing it up. I stopped because K-Pro turned this into something vile. It's hurting people. I know, Indy, and that's why people are trying to understand this, and I am trying to understand this. And so if it was talked about on Thursday night, it was talked about last night, and it was, and you're the, and how did, you know, I mean, I don't know how to feel. You know what? I'm standing on Cynthia's words. I don't give a shit. I mean, whatever. I just don't. But here's where I have a hard time. This is in quotes. Mindy is not a good human being, quote, Fenn said, but it may be a medical problem, quote. So, I mean, I just don't know how to feel. And this is exactly, you know what, all this crap, this is why I never did. Yep, you couldn't get me to waste my time on this stuff when it was still a thing, you know, when it was at the time it was happening. You couldn't get me to Dragon, but now this is what we're left with, and I'm just trying to sort it out. And I'm finding that, oh, here's the D.B. Cooper. I'm looking in this book for the D.B. Cooper references. I'm looking in Chasing the Thrill, Obsession, Death, and Glory in America's Most Extraordinary Treasure Hunt by Daniel Barbarisi. And I keep looking at these storylines that were being introduced to us. And on the back, here's a quote from Randall Sullivan, the author of The Curse of Oak Island. And is it any coincidence that Ben and Ashley do a show about the Curse of Oak Island? And now, you know, doing that. And then it's like, oh, what else do we got in here? Oh, there's D.B. Cooper references in here, because he talks about Stephanie writing the book about D.B. Cooper, and that right here it is. It's on page 167. Let's see what it says about it. And then again, this is not my opinion. These are what I am reading out of this book published on The Thrill of the Chase. And it's supposedly, is this a real story? Is this, is this published as fiction or nonfiction? For years, many believed Stephanie to be the famed 200-foot searcher, the one who got so close but didn't quite reach the treasure. Many had tried to retrace her steps and early hunts in hopes of bringing her potential near misses to fruition. She had searched far and wide, willing to go places other hunters wouldn't, in search of the treasure. Almost breaking into the Taos airport, for instance, when she believed it might hold the key. She ultimately was persuaded not to, thanks largely to Fenn's intervention. Her fixation with all things Fenn didn't stop there, though. She also wrote a 500-page book dedicated to proving that Fenn, or his brother, was actually the daring aerial robber D.B. Cooper, who hijacked a Northwestern Orient airline flight in 1971, extorted $200,000 in cash from the company, and then parachuted out the back somewhere over Washington state, never to be seen again. And Dan Barbarisi writes in quotation or in parentheses, I've read it. Honestly, it's not quite as ridiculous as you would think a book alleging D.B. Cooper was Fenn would be. She would eventually spend well into six figures on fruitless searches, go bankrupt, and see her marriage crumble as a direct result of her involvement in the chase. And many other hunters held her up to me as an example of how this chase could cause some to go a little too far. Oh, and then it goes into this. But in the early days of 2012, though, she was just another starry-eyed searcher, thrilled to be in touch with Fenn. The two becoming close while discussing the treasure and more via Facebook Messenger. It was actually Fenn who sent Stephanie down the road to creating Chase Chat. The frequent hunting trips had begun to strain Stephanie's finances. She wanted to continue searching, but needed new sources of income. Fenn suggested that she created an app of some sort to try to make money from the search. She did, though initially it didn't amount to much. But around that same time, Dale was becoming more and more fed up with the tone of the interactions on his blog, and he cut off public messaging on his site. Stephanie saw an opportunity, and she turned Chase Chat into an online forum, hoping to draw in users, and through them, clicks and ad revenue. It took off, and did so with a user base populated by many of those jettisoned from Dale's blog. It was Bountney Bay colony of disgruntled friend searchers, bitter at Dale for kicking them off, happy to be able to say largely whatever they wanted on Stephanie's site. Dale watched with something between amusement and displeasure. Most of the folks were banned over on Chase Chat, Dale said. Chase Chat doesn't actually ban anybody. You can say whatever you want on Chase Chat. For years, there was generally rivalry there, and many searchers staunchly loyal to one site or the other, believing that the rival represented all that was wrong with the chase. Eventually, newer blogs sprang up: Terry Scant, Hint of Riches, Harry's Chase Forum, and a few others. There was some treasure talk, and often more talk about the personalities of the search, much of it veering towards catty and outright nasty. The tone of Fenn-related discourse online was not, much of the time, a healthy one. But then it said it came together, okay, for Randy Bailou's, the blogs, I'll just read it. Yet the blog community could come together for a moment of caring and beauty from time to time, unifying to aid another searcher in need. There were blogs organized in effort to find Randy Bailou but also efforts to help other searchers whose problems weren't related to the chase itself. Take the case of Renelle Jacobson. Da, 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 da. Okay, so it started when Stephanie publicly alleged on Chase Chat that Fenn was actively pursuing sexual relationships with women in the chase, that he was asking them for naked pictures and meeting them at hotels for sexual acts, with the women sometimes believing that they might get clues out of the bargain. She said that she had experienced this firsthand and also that she knew of other women who had similar experiences. Ugh, I mean, I can't read anymore. I can't go back into this, but I just, this is what here's our chase, and this is what it's become. And they're bringing it up after 4 years because obviously this is the how they want the chase remembered. I mean, it makes me ill, I don't want anything to do with it. I really don't care who. I don't care. Okay, I'm breathing and looking up and gonna look at the chat. Yeah, I'm sorry if that was uncomfortable for anybody, or all I'm doing is saying, I just went back to the book to try to sort out why we're living through this crap again. And it's obviously that's why it's in the book. Along with Sasha's name, which is right there, with Mindy's name right there, together in the same breath. So, I mean, there it is, from page to screen, I'm assuming. Otherwise, why would be? I hate that's even out of all the things, that, I'm very disappointed in Danny Barbarisi. But I suppose it had to be addressed because of the whole Chase Chat world and all that. I guess, whatever. The part of the social experiment, right? Right, Dr. Ogilvy? I don't need a drink. I was just reading. All I did was read that book. So, hi, King Kesher. I see my name. I bow to you, sir. Just made popcorn. Susie, you are sitting good in the story. I'm not in this story. So I'm just trying to figure out this story. Yeah. Nobody asked me about anything. I just tell people. No one really. No one ever wants my opinion. That doesn't stop me. But there's got to be, okay, wait. There's better things. Because, it was last week was Thanksgiving and it was just, I couldn't rustle it up. I couldn't pull myself together. And I thought by this week I would have it together. And here went another week flew by and I didn't get it together. You can't get it together when you're me. Can't get out of bed. It sucks. I can't do anything, guys. I can't draw. I can't paint. I can't create. It seems like my something, I don't know. I just remember how much fun I used to wake up every day and think, I'm going to look for Forrest Fenn's treasure. And that's honest to God truth. And I would start thinking of all the stuff I looked at yesterday and decide at that moment, okay, am I going to go off this way, that way? What way to go? Am I going to learn about Native Americans today? Are we going to read about Nez Perce? Am I going to read about characters on a map? Or how about let's learn some archaeology terms and let's figure out how to read a map. What are map symbols? These are the things I used to worry about when I got out of bed. And it was wonderful. Now I woke up today and thought to myself, oh my God, it's Friday again. And I want to do Fennhaven Friday, but it's so gross. Everything that's happening and happened is so gross. I can't be on either side of those fences. I don't know enough to be on either side of those fences. And it's, you know, if I got to take what I can find, learn from a neutral reporter, and Forrest, my hero, what he thinks, then, you know, try not to be judgy because I've never met these people. I have no idea their story. I'm going to buy all the crap and hearsay and what's been written. I am not going to go to that website and look at any of that. Never would I spend time. I mean, spending time listening to this book again, I just want to find out all of it. You know, what's coming up next? Who's filming next now? I'm guessing Sasha and Jason, Illinois Ghost and Sean Dotson. If I had to be a betting girl. Oh my God. Oh, I see my name. Hi. Oh my God, why can't I think of your name, Tyler? Think about it, Susie. That's more than likely why Jack and Fenn left the location and the solve open-ended so the community would still have fun. Oh yeah, this is all sorts of fun. Whenever I get down for the chase, I read Jack Stoof's article on Medium and it cheers me up right away every time. Genius. Let the drama go. It's not worth your time. Go back to the chase. Well, I know, but that's what we're being bombarded with at this moment, you know? I'm still looking for real news. You should hold the camera. I can't go on camera today. I look like crap. I mean, I look rough. Yeah. Get yourself a drink, Carrie. I doubt it. They said that they are out. Really? Weren't they all on Indy's channel yesterday? You know? Which is fine. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. What I'm saying is I'm trying to predict the future here because of the excruciating pain of waiting for closure. The only way I'm going to find closure is the release of the 9 clues, the book, how the game I was playing was played. That's it. I mean, you could tell me, and they could tell me, and every one of those people can tell me to forget about it or let it go or move on and go F yourself with that. I mean, those people that have said that are the ones who got to know more, who know more, who are privileged in the game, who are insiders in the movie shoot or insiders in the I got secret emails and all the bullshit that we've been fed, flat out made up crap just to try to push a story. They're building this crap scaffolding around, and it's so obviously crap, and it's oh, fuck me. And we're gonna get to the end. We're gonna see this end. We're gonna see in this movie, and I'm gonna just wanna turn green and throw up. Probably, I don't, unless it ends with Forrest telling us 9 clues. That's it, you know. What if you never get that, Susie? I'm never gonna let go. I don't know what that means. Jack is a horrible person. If he knows even one person is out there that can't let go because of the game that we just, I mean, come on, psychologically, you know who knows this? Jack knows this, because he said he sat down after he found it. And it wasn't even a relief. He just felt like he just lived through the most excruciating, horrible thing he's ever lived through in his life. So tell me how that's justified, how he can find that closure and get to know what was real, but nobody else can. Go F yourself with that. No, it will not stand. It will not stand. Think about that with any other treasure hunt ever. Even those treasure hunts that are worth barely any money, or just a gem, or just kudos, I found it thing. What do you call those? Geocaches and stuff. If people can't find them, or if somebody found it and people demand to know where and the answer to why they couldn't find it. It is human flippin' nature. And for somebody to say that it's just to blow it off or get over it or not think, but oh my God, you can't be submerged and live this every day of your life with a hope of, oh yeah, I get to learn this, I get to learn that, and I'm gonna find Forrest Fenn's treasure, and then have that ripped out of your hands and taken away. It's not ripped out of my hands. I don't feel like it was just, it ended, right? And to think it's never gonna be explained. What? Never is that gonna be okay. What do I do about it? What am I going to track down Jack and sit on him? I don't know. Tell me the answers as I hold him down and try to spin him. I'm going to spin him. I don't know what. I mean, but how can anybody, if that was me and I knew somebody, there's not a chance I would have ended it this way. And so that's what makes me think, and to Forrest to say, why is everybody still hanging around? That line of bullshit we got fed at the end, where they put words in Forrest's mouth, or some people, whatever, and was his attitude towards the whole thing is, why is everybody still so obsessed with this? Why is everybody letting go? Baloney. That is such bullshit. There's not a chance that Forrest didn't understand the scope of this. He lived it. Not a chance in hell. So there it is. You just gotta okay, there it is. We just gotta believe in Forrest, right? In Forrest we trust. I trusted him this whole time. He's not gonna leave me screwed like this. Or there's no ramification except for my mental health, ruining somebody's life over or breaking their brain. I can't look at anybody else's treasure hunt. I just don't give a I don't care. It's hard to care. Even an Eric Sloan painting, I can't care about. I want to care about that. I would love an Eric Sloan painting. I want to study his work. I want to touch it. I want to be up close with my magnifying glass and look at his brush strokes. But it's still, and I've even paid into Candy's Hunt, And I still can't get myself to do it. And a part of it is a block because it came from Mindy, and I needed to know more about Mindy because everything I heard about was icky. And then I heard, well, it was only icky because K-Pro made it icky. And then it's like, is that true? And then it's like, okay, no, she's lying, they're lying, who's lying? Blah. What? You know, I knew there was something with her name. I just remember back in 2017 for sure, 2018 I for sure, and all this, and other YouTubers bringing up, oh, the drama over on Chase Chat or the drama over on Harry's or whatever, and it was just never, it was not my cup of tea. So I needed to know, and I still don't know. It's hard not to. But you know what though? Guess what though? Okay, Mindy was on Candy's channel, and I think she said that her and Forrest apologized to each other, or they made amends at the end of this. A month after this book was written, apparently something, or was that her illusion? When she got to sit in his house with the other searchers, did she think then everything was cool? Or was he just being polite with a bunch of other searchers she was with, I don't know. But why was this still in my mouth? Oh, Joseph. Oh, that's Olga's dad. Ben, Susie Finn. Okay, then figure out what's the big picture is, and you'll be on the right path. The big picture is they're making a movie and they're telling all this. Yeah, you can't build yourself up by talking other people down. You just can't. I just don't know where to go with it, and I'm not going to go anywhere with it. So that's why I stuck to what somebody else's words, and that's a journalist. And so I'm just going with that, and I'm not going to care about it either way. I'm not going to say anything about any of them. Except for I did apologize for Candy for, but I meant it. I saw it's not really an apology. Oh God, not gonna bring that up again either. Okay, and that's it. What else we got? The DB Cooper thing. Oh yeah, Ben and Alan are really gonna go boots on the ground next week to get some. I'm sure that's when they're gonna film the footage for the DB Cooper segment, right? Fine. It just has taken so long, and it's so it's cruel. It's cruel that we're holding out for unknown, haven't we been strung up enough? From the very first night, the first words out of my mouth after I found out when Forrest's treasure was found, when he did that announcement, the first words out of my mouth were, thank you, and I can't wait to find out, and isn't that what everybody thought? I can't wait to find out what we just were in, or what this was, and what we were playing, and how this rolls, it's so much more about that than it is a box of gold. The idea of life-changing prize at the end, that was the motivator for everybody. It was like, it really did, $10,000 would be great. That would be fantastic as a prize, but that's not life-changing. That's life-changing for a couple months, or enough to pay off a bill so you're free from debt, from this and that. But it's not life-changing where you can just go, I don't have to worry about being disabled any longer. It's that kind of hope that was gone that day. And it was, okay, that hope is gone, but I can't wait to find out. And to have both of them things gone, taken, that's, oh my God. I know life's not fair, but this is beyond not fair. This is messing with psychology. This is a mind F. A mind FF. What's going on in my chat? Five Leaf, what do you have to say? One thing ever found in history of Fenn's Treasure Volume, 3 books. All the second and third best things people have found lend to it. Yeah, I have wondered at times if I've searched my area was because it was the closest region. Hi, Jeep Girl Jody, nice to see you. Yeah, and that's that whole one of the type of biases that Jax talks about in his confirmation bias video is proximity bias. Or, that people wherever, if they live in Montana, they search in Montana. Live in New Mexico, they search New Mexico. Lucky I have confirmed JF, or could it be Jones Fenn? Oh, the JF on page 99. Are you talking? Okay, Larry. Mary Green at Treasure. If you guys find something, you got to save it for the DNA fingerprints. Ooh, that is kind of exciting, isn't it, Mary Green? If you guys really think that, wouldn't that be amazing? What a boom to add to the story, because you know what? I mean, the DB Cooper story is still a hot story. Like I just saw it on Expedition Unknown History Channel. Had a DB Cooper thing, and I don't know if it's an old show or what. It was on one of the, when I was flipping through channels, and it was like, wow. See, it's it's something that's a hot topic. And you know what else in this, which made me kind of laugh too, is in Chasing the Thrill by Dan Barbarisi. There are several mentions of Netflix, which I think is funny. And it's casual mentions like Sasha and Jason were sitting at home watching Netflix, and and then Sasha say, or then what was that whole thing with Sasha's trying to find the Tiger King lady? I don't know. I never watched it. Carol Baskins. So take your Jeep and hit the road. There's so much freaking cool stuff to see in Wyoming. Oh my gosh. If I had the time and gas money, I'd explore Wyoming all day and night. I would love to do that. I just parked my Jeep in a different spot today and noticed that there's like something dripping. Oh, good God. It's like, what is that wet spot stain that I never noticed before that's happening under my Jeep now? So I'm going to see if it was just something, if it was just like wet leaves or something under there, or if it was really, oh man, that's what makes me think about my Jeep. See, you still haven't found that new FBI file. Oh, there's a new FBI file on DB Cooper, right, Mary? Is that what you're talking? We agree to disagree, Tyler, but all good. I like June Fenn for JF. Oh my God, Gallatin. Hi, Gallatin Ghost. Full panic mode engaged. I'm out of Klondikes. Some are looking for the G spot while others are looking for the F spot. Tyler, what year did June pass away? I used to know that. Sasha Dent is a badass. I would not want to be on her bad list. Me either. She's a boss lady, isn't she? Uh-huh. Summary of last week. Will somebody please get me a Klondike? 2002 lucky. Okay. That's when June passed away. Mm-hmm. Zozo's in here. I don't. Hi, Zozo, in the fourth dimension. Zozo. All I'll have to say about our DB Cooper solve is 9 Mile is important. No shit. Are you telling me that 9 Mile hole? Or is 9 Mile like a spin on a distance? Or are you talking about that area, Ben? I know, Lucky. I will preserve, however. I doubt seriously that she drew it. Yes, new DB FBI files, says Mary Green. So do you know about that, Treasure Warriors and Alan K? If you're in here, I don't know. Captain Crunch to the rescue. That makes me think of the store has some crazy cereal mix-ups, or Christmas mashups where they're mixing the cereal with that. Anyway, Captain Crunch made me think of that. Sasha's the only person I has the guts to have done it. That has the guts to have done it. Done what? What'd she do? Yes, 9 Mile, not the hole, is important. Double Omega. Oh, you guys figured out another way to tie 9 Mile. But why is 9 Mile even a thing? Just because 9 Mile hole? Where does that say that in the poem? That's what I want to know. I don't care about final locations. I want to know the clues that got you there. Mm-hmm. When it comes to the Fen hunt, but the DB Cooper thing, hey, you guys are there's a lot of information. I mean, there's a lot of DB Cooper searcher people or interested in the story for years. People have been interested in the story and have done not only the FBI and whoever else but people themselves. So the information that you're building on or adding to or whatever, I can see the whole draw. Yes, I've been looking into the files today. They help collaborate our Reno area solve. Oh. Shot a man in Reno. Hooli, did you get your post in place? Annie Johnson. Hi, Annie Johnson. Page on it was drawn by a sketch artist, J.F. Murphy. Compare it to his other works. Oh, wow. There's a name from where I missed it. Where did it go? Oh, there. Annie Johnson says, J.F. Murray, Murray. Yeah, Google that and compare. Thanks for sharing, Annie. Hey, y'all. Sorry for ignoring you. Working while listening don't work very well. Ben Oldtimer said, put in at Grasshopper your BTTF home brown. Here you go. Why do you hate 9 Mile Hole so much? Forrest said many people got the first 2 clues and it was Wyoming. What popular warm water? You know why that bugs me? Because I got sold so much bullshit and jammed down my throat by the time it got there that you can cry wolf so many times before I can tell you to go fuck yourself. I mean, first it was the GPS solve, then it was up in Lamar Valley or the Sunshine Basin, then it was not whatever else, you know. I found closure after the GPS out. They're crying and building memorials and shit. Kiss my ass. That's what I have to say about that. It so pisses me off that they used us as a community to drag us through these storylines for this movie. God damn it. That's what that and so many people knowing about it and exactly what's happening. That's my bitch right there. That's my beef. So if the 9 Mile Hole solve is it better come on a flippin' forest mouth, because it better be describing the 9 clues that show me where 9 Mile Hole is, because kiss my ass on some Shannon email that she said that she deleted that really didn't mean anything now. Oh my God. Oh my God. And then that's what exactly Cynthia said. Oh yeah, there was an email from Jack from oh, why didn't you lead with that then? Huh? Why did you wait for the end of the summer? Oh, I see, because you needed film. You needed footage of this, that, and the other location all around Yellowstone, just because they needed to create this story, because they needed more footage. Like they didn't have enough of what they needed, and it just is. That's what I think of the Hollywood involved in this. Kiss my ass, you writers. Pulling all this shit, and then we're all like, oh, hook, line, and sinker. The whole community is like, oh, this, that, and the other, yanking us around like a bunch of morons. God damn it. The 9 Mile Hole solve was out and popular 6 months before K-Pro decided to accept it. Whatever. K-Pro, it had, this is Shannon. This is not K-Pro. This is Shannon. In her fragile mental state of loss and needing control in her life, writing an email or making up a story, saying this has got to be it, trying to grab some control, trying to build herself up after her husband left her and all this other shit, whatever. I don't know, but it is a lie, because she's like, oh, you know what? Jack said it was a flippin', like he said, I never ever sent anybody information about where I was searching or where the treasure was found. That's what Jack said in response to Shannon claiming she had this secret email that she promised Jack she would never release. And kiss my butt with that. I mean, seriously, that still just gets my heart pounding, because I know it's a lie. I know it's a lie, Everybody needs to get over that email. I deleted it anyway. Those were her words. After all that. And this is why. And that's what the 9 Mile Hole is based off of, her email. What a flipping joke. You can send, it speaks to, like, and I think, and Cynthia's just playing her role in this. Like, I think she's just like putting her head down and playing her role and looking at the bigger picture, and not trying to think about the impact of her acting out these scenarios has done to I can only speak for myself, my mental health, my closure, and the way I get to view the chase. And from privileged points and privileged eyes, such as Cynthia's, I'm not saying I don't like her or have anything against her. I'm saying it's fact. She is privileged in this. You don't make the rules. And so um, you know, oh, I don't even know what I'm saying. Why am I even talking about her? Oh, because I was thinking of how we're being yanked through the goddamn ringer just to get the, you know, who is behind, who is this? Is this Douglas Preston? Is this him writing the when Forrest asked him to write the story and he said no? Is this really it? Is this he's finishing the story for Forrest, or adding on to it, or recreating it, or what? What is this? You know? Mm-hmm. And I can't imagine that. Anyway, I'm just all of a sudden got a flashback of this last week and the light that's been shined on Forrest and his name being drugged through the mud with the most disgusting, horrible, insinuating bullshit that I don't give a rat's ass about. You know, that's my hero you're talking about, assholes. I don't give a flying F if he asked every single person he's ever met to screw him. I don't care. Oh, God. His game, his rules, man. Oh, nothing K-Pro Shatter Cynthia provided was a part of the 9 Mile Wholesale. Nothing. They confirmed it with their 2 cents, but the 9 Mile Wholesale was out for 6 months before they came out. I know, you know, one thing that does lead some Rudy Green was in on this, and he's not gonna fall for this ridiculous bullshit. But then again, I trusted Justin Posey, and I didn't think he was gonna fall for this ridiculous bullshit, but he acted it out like he did, you know. Oh, with that whole GPS thing, and then he goes back later, I never believed it. Oh my God, you know, that there you go, it just tells you that this is written bullshit and not real. But okay, yeah, so the 9 Mile Hole, that could be it. Fine. Don't care. Let's give me the clues how you got there. Then we'll see about that, you know. Until that, But what how about Precious saying there are loads of hints in Once Upon a While? Hints, not clues, but hints. Well, he's saying that to, you know what, he's like playfully saying this, you know, he's like, it made Forrest cringe. I have both of those books, Once Upon a While, both of those books. So why else would he wrote all that, you know, extra, if there weren't some sort of hints or ideas placed in those scrapbooks? And all these stories were scrapbooks first, right? They were, none of them, they were already all written. He didn't write any of them specifically for either Too Far to Walk or Once Upon a While. From my understanding, they were all pre-written, and that is in the true style of Eric Sloan. Eric Sloan did that same thing all the time. He created books from his already written articles, newspaper articles, and, you know, magazine articles, and all this other information he already had written and collected, and from other books he had written, he would write it into another book and say the same stories. That is a total Eric Sloan move. I'm a fan of 9 Mile Hole, but I wouldn't give it 100% because we just don't know. But I'm at least to 95. Okay, Gary Galloway, I would love to hear your clues that brought you there, and where in the book you saw that, you know. I do like that idea of, hey, look for a good rock. You something that he just said in an interview, or, and that made Bill go off crazy looking at the elephant rocks and stuff, whatever. But that 9 Mile Hole picture, his dad's, there's a good rock, and that rock is going to be there forever, until like a whatever volcano goes off or something. Once Upon a While is a bunch of scrapbooks, says Nomadic Man. Yeah. Yes. Forrest was eating it up when Doug announced Once Upon a While had clues and hints in it. Watch Forrest's face at the book launch when Doug says it. They were in cahoots. To me, I think he looks cringe. Like he's like cringe. Like, I can't believe you said that type things. Like we said, don't say that. And he says it. And then he says, no. Then he knows that was cringeworthy for Forrest. So he said, no, he doesn't want you to think he's making money off these books. Or something like that. Wasn't that the Once Upon a While one? God, now I've seen so many interviews with Preston and Forrest. And is that the one with Child? What's his name? Childs? Okay. What time is it? 10:10. Okay, I've been on over an hour. I need a big old glass of wine and crawl back in the fetal position under my weighted blanket. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see where this ship steers next. What I already called it. I'm pretty sure that A Gypsy's Kiss probably already filmed their part of it when they were in Santa Fe filming the other crap at Shiloh's. Oh, I don't know, but I wish we'd get to find out. World needs more laughter now more than ever. Send in the clowns. Where are the clowns? They're coming on Sunday night. Keep going, David says. Okay. Well, fine. I'm gonna go get a glass of wine. Okay, you guys win. Just for a little while longer. I'm gonna put you on mute. Oh my God, there's a bug that just flew by me in my bedroom. How in the world did it? Well, it's cold outside. They're trying to escape. Oh my God, where'd it go? Oh, I hope it was just a fly, nothing creepy. There it is. I got it. Okay. Focus, Susie, focus. What are you doing? I'm putting my mic on mute and I'm gonna go get a glass of wine. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. I went and filled up my there was just a partial bottle of wine, and I thought, oh, there was only a little bit left. So I filled it up, and it ended up going all the way to the, I just thought, okay, just drink it all. Don't leave like this little bit in there. So I filled the glass all the way to the rim, man. Oh, who's going to quit her job and head out west? All right, Huli. That'd be sweet. Why not? However, a pre-designed boring solve to be negated positively by a secret insane story makes perfect sense to me. What's that? A pre-designed boring solve? Is that the GPS solve? That wasn't even boring. That was just plain old stupid. Oh my God. What solve are you talking about? I'll make an addition to the mud hut. The Huli wing. Sounds lovely. What are those called? A yurt? You got a yurt? He actually said it, and people pay no mind. Shakes my head. What's that, Chaselandia? Good to see you, by the way. Did I say hi yet? Party on. That's right, Carrie. I got a big old glass of Chardonnay, but it's delicious. So I'm expecting it not to last long. Soon I'm going to get, will be slurry words. Tell me it's time to go when I get slurry. Okay, you guys. Somebody who's in charge of me. Huli? You're in charge of everybody, right? How'd you get that job? I think you know how you got that job. I think that's Toby Eunice's fault too. I think AGK, aren't they the ones that crowned Huli in charge of us all, our babysitter? Oh my God, that makes me laugh. Slur alert, nailed. Thanks, Huli. Where's Davio? He was in here. In an interview, Forrest was talking and said, in the big picture of Yellowstone. Those are exact words. Oh, great, Chaselandia. See, now these things make sense to me too, because now it's like just anything when I look at this book or see, you know, like the back cover, you look at it and what you can see are yellow stones. It's the, you know, the picture of the chest with the lid open, and it looks like the actual nuggets look like a skeleton. You know, did anyone ever notice that? Of course you did. Everyone in here looks like a hand, that one little nugget. Yellowstone. He wants to, you know, it's just such an obvious thing. It's just, I know I should write. I don't know how to turn that back on in my brain. You know, that whole thing in the morning when I used to go, yeah, I'm gonna search for Forrest Gump treasure, hooray! And then pick my, you know, whatever topic, and that was a lot to do with A Gypsy's Kiss. They started going through the book and reading parts of each chapter, and by the book I mean TTOTC. And they started, you know, doing chapter summaries, not reading the whole thing, but snippets. Anyway, that show was my absolute, I loved that because I didn't have the book. at the time, and I hung on every single word and tried to find more information about what that chapter said from what, because they couldn't read the whole thing, you know, they didn't have the copyright, whatever. But what was I saying about AGK? I don't even remember now. See, but that whole thing, yeah, I know what I was saying, because that spark, because whatever they were going down or wherever they were in their, you know, they led the topics, and, you know, we're going to talk about this, that, and the other, you know, when Toby was still in his old house. Those are some of the best videos, and it was so much fun. So much fun. That I can't, that spark is just gone to learn that stuff anymore. I still love Eric Sloan, and I have his book sitting right here, and I want to, it's like I want to learn more about him, but I can't get myself to do it, and I can't, and I don't know why. I think, you know what? I think if I knew the answers to these 9 clues and found that closure, it would open up my mind to everything else. I feel like right now there's a giant stop sign that is stuck. I'm stuck at the red light where I can't move on until my brain won't let me move on from this. And I think it's a normal human condition when you've been, you know, just like people need answers when something like horrific happens, or, you know, somebody gets murdered or they disappear and they never know what happened to that person. It's like this torment that ruins people's lives, that you don't have the answers to the how it happened and why it happened. Everybody has a natural how and why built in. And I think some more than others. And if it comes to the who got, you know, when God was handing out the hows and whys, maybe I got an extra dose. I don't know. I did work in quality assurance. I need to figure stuff out. And then you ask, but what's stopping you, Susie? What's stopping you from figuring it out right now? The distractions, the bullshit, the noise, waiting for real answers, broken brain, unable to concentrate, created confusion. Confusion is constantly being created and thrown at us, at the community, and just crap that has nothing to really do with the real answers of the real story, or the real, you know, or, you know, well, I can't say real story. It all is a part of the real story because we're living through it right now, you know. Ugh. Okay, everyone, drink. We don't know who DB Cooper was. You know what else I started thinking of that, you guys? Oh, excuse me. What if that, okay, here, follow me here on this ha 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 book. Okay, what if that ha 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 book, which wasn't it written in the 1980 something, 1984, but no one, or something like that, but no one really, are you still here with me, Ben? Or Alan, either one of you guys can verify, or that's, you know, it was, the DB Cooper stunt happened in 1971. I just read that in Dan Barresi's book when he was talking about Stephanie's book that she wrote about this. But I think it was published in 1983, 4, or something like that. And okay, what and ha ha ha, right, is treasure hunting book. Am I right? So what if, okay, follow me here. What if Forrest Fenn's role in that was as a CIA specialist about airplanes and jumping out of airplanes or parachuting out in rough conditions? You know, what if, because Forrest was brought in as expert in other situations in the military to use his, you know, his flying abilities and his expertise. And so what if they called upon Forrest to help solve the DB Cooper? And he's like, hey, what if they wrote, like, they knew certain things about the story that weren't released to the general public, but were known by the CIA, FBI, whoever investigates such matters. I do not know. And that if they wrote that book saying, ha, 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 and I am DB Cooper and all that, to try to send out a lure to catch the real DB Cooper, you know, kind of like him going, you know, coming out in a way going, no, that's, you know, it was me, you know, or him, you know, somehow using the treasure hunt to draw out the real DB Cooper, writing that book as him, just to piss him off and have somebody else taking credit for him, and you know, see if that could perpetuate their story. I don't know. Okay, there's treasure, or the title to all the 7 clues to the certificate to his loot. It was copyrighted in 1978, published in 83. Follow the 7 clues. Certificate to his loot. Title to the gold. Grant named first place. Title to the gold. That's my interpretation. Grant named first place. Yellowstone. Pretty sure it is a known fact. Government had special ops jumping off the real stars of 727s in Vietnam. The real stars. And don't you think they would tap that knowledge from maybe somebody that was, you know, was somebody as fabulous as Forrest Fenn? Especially if he had CIA clearance, or isn't that a thing? Isn't that like a known thing that Forrest was a CIA, part of the CIA or whatever? I don't, Jesus. Drink. Never mind. I need a break. I'm taking a. Pretty sure it's a known fact. Government had special ops jumping off the rear stars of the 727s in Vietnam. And that's the type of plane, hey, huh, who farted, that was used in the hijacking. I found accounts of the money found. 5 Leaf Blaze says, I found accounts of the money found in the Nevada desert in the 80s while researching for the lost CC Nevada silvers. Carson City. Best to have pancakes. A round of pancakes for all my friends. Wait, waiter. W, you want blueberries on your pancakes? Ben, put the first sentence right here. Tread water. Didn't the kid who found the DB money find it on a Sunday afternoon picnic? Oh, tread water. If he didn't, that's funny. I mean, that's a, you know. He was playing in a stream or something, right? You know what? I'm not into this story because I really, CIA had fighter pilots jumping out of something disguised as passenger jets. Uh, oh, over Laos. Oh, okay. Hey, but you know what? Wasn't it like a stormy night when DB Cooper jumped out of the airplane? Um, is that even a possibility, a thing that you can jump out in the pouring rainstorm and with a parachute and it would be okay? I don't I don't think anyone can survive that. Have other people survived rainstorm parachute jumps? Is that a thing? Every minute you are reading this book will bring you energy and suspense. Quotations. Dun, 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 dun. What if that was Forrest's, you know, trial run at a hunt, or just, but it was given to him by the FBI, CIA, whoever, and said, can you help us solve this DB Cooper crime? I can see them tapping Forrest for that before they would, before I would think his brother, although, there's the story that his brother, swiped an airplane in Idaho or Utah or wherever that was, in Idaho, I think, right? God, no, I don't even see. Oh my God, it's been too long since I've been obsessive over the Thrill of the Chase book. That was my daily, I read every single day. Like, I know page numbers. But so do all you in here, I'm sure. Susie, he didn't jump out over the rainstorm. And ha ha ha, he says he faked the jump in the storm, fooled the pilot, waited until he was in Nevada and then jumped. Oh. Mm-hmm. And there, that could be an inside story that was, I don't think the CIA are a bunch of dumbasses, and they are brilliant people that are coming up with scenarios, right? And so one of the scenarios could be, oh, what if he didn't jump out? What if they ran through all these different types of scenarios with somebody that is a parachute, like somebody like Forrest Fenn, or used Forrest's knowledge in that way about such matters. Very interesting. He waited until it was right, because you're flying at like how many miles an hour? I'm sure you guys all have that down too. I'm sure anyone, in the DB Cooper dealio know the shtick about how fast the plane was going at what altitude, the blah, 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 and did the calculations and the blah, 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 So I'm, and so can't you see, that book being sent out as bait to catch the criminal, like a lure, kind of like Forrest did, sent out, the lure with the thrill of the chase. He's fishing for that person, that one fish. He wanted that certain one. And that's what he talked about, his dad and his fishing, that his dad didn't want any fish. He picked the fish that he wanted and went after it. And what if Forrest's treasure hunt was the same thing, And what if the DB Cooper hunt, or that ha 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 book, was looking for that one fish, which was DB Cooper, to like somehow reveal himself, trying to, you know, who got involved with that. Oh, I don't know. But anyway, oh, I see my name. It was raining when Forrest went into Borders. Coincidence? Oh, see, you know what though? That whole raining, I didn't tie it to DB Cooper. I tied it closer to the actual Thrill of the Chase itself. And in the book, um, Catcher in the Rye, uh, the last chapter, well, before the conclusion, before the ending, the chapter before it is describes how it, you know, was such an emotional thing. His sister was on the carousel and it started raining in New York, and it was, you know, this rain was a really pivotal thing, and he put the, you know, the red cat hunting cap and all that. It was really symbolic in Catcher in the Rye. And then when Forrest said he wanted to continue the Catcher in the Rye, and when he went to get Catcher in the Rye, it was raining at Borders. It was like, oh, well, this is where the story, this is where Catcher in the Rye ended. And he said he was adding on to Catcher in the Rye. So let's start it in the rain. This is where we started, you know, and that was like one of the starts of my, one of my first solves, was on a carousel in the rain. That's what he said. He was adding on to Catcher in the Rye with his sister. So I started in Montana. Okay. Per the Chase and DB Cooper, Mexico means moon or navel. It is umbilical or maybe Skippy service. Cosmo stands for island of swallows. It's umbilical, maybe Skippy service. No kidding. Look at that sweet knowledge. Who like just whip out. I know we all have these like, last night was, I think it was last night, Jeopardy had a question. Their final question on Jeopardy had to do with um Custer, General Custer. It's like, you know, this guy was the reporter following somebody in 19 or 18 whatever it was. But anyway, I didn't get it, but I damn near did. As soon as I said it, it was like, oh yeah. And then he sent that information on to Custer's wife, who Custer's wife was a journalist in her own right, or a novelist or something. And so she spun the story of Custer off. And that's how he got to be such a big deal, is because his wife and the relationship with the journalists and all the information they got from the field, you know. But anyway, Jeopardy question. See, I mean, Ashley, moisturize. The co-pilot was sure that was the jump, but the captain, main pilot, was unsure. Oh yeah, when is that when the buzzer went off, that the steps were open or the light went off or whatever? Oh, whoops. I'll take What is a Blaze for 1,000. Ding, 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 ding. You got the daily double. What is the double omega symbol? Oh, man. I want to curtsy with over each syllable. Do not refrain from jokes, Chaselandia. Actually, the spring break references to the tree that was struck by lightning. It broke and fell. Is that the blaze? Is that what you're saying, hey? Why would you have to pay the police for Skippy's body? Bribe. He had to bribe the border patrol or some shit, right? Or was it, did he say police? Now you got me wondering about that. I'm going to look. It's right here in front of me. Why don't I know? I'm obviously been not spending enough time with the thrill of the chase because I can't open right up to exactly where I want to open up to. Here it is. No. Here. Mexican officials, not police. I had to bribe 2 Mexican officials to get him home. And what year was this? Wasn't this in the 1980s as well? Looking back, after almost 65 years, I have fond memories of the Skippy died in a scuba accident in Cozumel. I found him in 90 feet of water with his weights on. His luck failed him in the end, and it didn't surprise me at all. At age 50, he was plucked from life at the moment of his greatest blossom. And I knew he wouldn't go. So he was 50. So he was born in 1930. So it was 1980. I knew he wouldn't go in any normal or mundane way. I had to bribe 2 Mexican officials to get him home. Skippy had such potential, and there were so many things he would have accomplished. We should have buried him standing up. And in my book, I have standing up circled, and I have written next to it, lineal descendants. See, there was not a rabbit hole I did not go down, including lineal descendants. Susie, he paid off a Mexican officials. Yeah. Yes. "90 feet, and he died at 90. And he said right away, Forrest, our friend, said he hoped he could make it happen like he wanted to, or, you know. Alan K., if you look up corruption in the dictionary, you'll find the 1970s. Mexico is so corrupt. I don't know about any of that. And I don't know why you would have to bribe official, but you probably could, there's probably rules like you have to do this, that, and the other. But if you want to skip all that bullshit, here, we'll just not, you don't ask us questions, we won't ask you questions, and see ya. I don't know. It doesn't paint a very nice picture of Mexico. Good Lord, don't die there. Sorry, we were looking for a caldera. What did Lucky say so funny? Laugh out loud, Lucky. If you look up, oh yeah, the correction of the dictionary. The thing is, I need confirmers to not get sidetracked. At some point, people decide to convince rather than confirm. Yeah, confirmation bias. Yes, David. And Montana says, okay, Larry. If you look up drug trafficking in the dictionary, that's where the 1980s are. Oh, says hoof-hearted. That was the other word I was thinking. Alan K. said, Lucky Digger, I just Googled faux pas, and you were the first hit. And there's Alan. single time. Damn it, you missed your calling. I don't. What do you do in real life? I need to know. Oh my God. Oh, the word origin of caldera, late 17th century, from Spanish, from the late Latin caldera, boiling pot. See? I am certain I went down that same old thing. Jealous. Who's lucky digger? Who's jealous? Me. Jealous I never got any secret clues from Forrest. He never solicited me for anything. Bless America. I needed to make fun of it because I just needed to. Because I don't give a crap. The only thing I feel ripped off of is not knowing the answer, not knowing the clues. I don't give a rat's patootie where the 9 Mile hole. And then Cynthia's 9 Mile, her video, her last video, she put out like, oh yeah, now I'm done. Now I've got closure. But wait till next year. I'll be right back out there. I mean, she ended it with like this flaky ass, I quit, but I'm not. I'm done, but I'm not. I found closure, but I didn't. I mean, what? Ugh. Why did I go off on that again? I was asking Ellen if he was jealous of me. Oh, Holden Cauldron. Yellowstone is where one was halt. It makes sense. But I think, you know what? I think it does make sense too. And I also think what else makes sense is a wooden sign. To start at the wooden sign, like first grade and the big deal, the wooden sign made. So to me, where warm waters halt, or the parking lot of such needs to, it needs to say boiling waters overflow parking lot. That would fit a lot of clues. If it was overflow parking at Ojo Caliente, overflow parking, and then you park in that wonky parking lot that's extra, and then you cross the street. See, I need to stick to what I'm good at and go babbling about nothing. Park entrance is where the wooden sign is the entrance park sign. Yes, Chaselandia. Which entrance? East? East seems like the most likely because that's the one that he went through every year. We know he went from Cody to, but then again, they went 50 miles out of their way. So did they go up to Gardner and go through the giant Omega symbol that is the Roosevelt Arch? I don't know. Gardner that's a great, I found there's wonderful, and there's the Devil's Slide that looks like a big rusty slide. There's so many things that fit well. But that's all in Montana. And Jack flat out said that not just the chest was in Wyoming, all of it, all 9 clues were in Wyoming. So anything that you cross a border from state to state is no longer valid. But crossing a border from in the park, out of the park, those borders are still very much in play, including the wooden sign that the park entrance. It's just seems so easy and obvious. Ojo Caliente. Is there a sign that says, this way to Ojo Caliente? You hang, draw nigh. Is that left or right? I forgot. I'm dyslexic. I don't know when my ass from the hole in the ground. I can never find anything on a map, let alone ever find a 10-inch by 10-inch box in the wilderness. It's almost hysterical that I thought I could do it. Oh, drink. I'm almost done with this glass of wine. I think I have um, wonky is one of my favorite words. Wonky is a good word, isn't it, Ashley? I almost drank this whole glass of wine and I had it filled to the rim. It's because it's delicious. And listen to the slur. Huli, what's the slur? What do you give me on a 1 to 10? I've got to tell a 5. Oh, that makes me laugh. Moisturize. Ashley, you responded to me a long way back on part of the comment. Sorry, I expect people to have my memory. Oh, slur alert. It's still hanging tough. All right, Huli. Give me a 2. Okay. I can go to a 5. North, Carrie Galloway says north and west Yellowstone Park borders are both in Montana, not Wyoming. Well, I don't think that's true. Well, yeah, the north and the west, you're right. But there's also not the Gardner one. There's also like an alternative route instead of going directly from Cody and going directly west. You can go north and go over the Montana border into Wyoming, back over the Montana border into Wyoming, and then through the park. Like the road zigzags at 212, where warm waters halt at 212 degrees is the boiling point. Road 212 weaves in and out of the borders. It just seems 212 is a really nice where warm waters halt. A wonky donkey. INFJ. That's hysterical. That's really fun to say. But someone told someone that nothing is as it seems. And they agreed to say it was in Wyoming. Well, I know, but I asked Jack directly myself in an email. Seems like now I'm getting confused. That, or no, I didn't, but somebody did. In an email, were all 9 clues in Wyoming? And Jack said yes. So I believe him. I want to believe him. Because what would it be to him if he said no? If he lied about that, there's no, I don't see any where there'd change. If he said no, like it started in Colorado and went to Wyoming, or it started in Montana and went to Wyoming, either way, I don't see that being a big deal. But he said no. All the clues were in Wyoming, and I believe that. I just don't see a reason not to. Why, I don't see a motive to lie about that detail, I'm not paying any bets with this ending, says Gallatin. Forests like to fly through. 212, my brother was 2 years old. My sister was 2 years younger, and I was one in the middle. Is that a true story? Takes a long time to drive through New Mexico. You would take New Mexico. Is that what you said? Yeah. Lucky Digger wants a cowboy for Christmas. Okay. It's on the list. I want to believe the guy that we have hardly ever seen and is never seen as of today. Nice manners. Well, that's because that's what we're spun. That's what Forrest left us with. That's what Forrest left us with. And so, you know, that's what Dan Barbarisi left us with as well, the journalist. I overstayed releasing it at least 6 months. It would have been fundamental by now. Things discussed in terms of it by now. It's still happening. What's that, Five Leaf? Your solve? The cipher? I want to see it. I never know why I lie. I just do. No. Oh. I want to hang out with you and Alan Kay. Lucky Digger, me too. MJ Inzer wants a cowboy too. Just kidding, I never lie. Oh my God. That's Forrest. The Skippy was 2 years older than, no, they were 3 years. Wait. 3 years. No, it was 3 years. It was 1930, 1933, and 1936. Stuck in Chaselandia. Pretty sure I got my book right here. I'm going to look. Now you're making me wonder. That chapter. Too bad we don't have chapter titles and pages. Me in the middle. Right here it is. Oh, no. It was. Oh, wait. I got them all. Yes. 2 years. Sorry. Fenn is 30, not 33. What? Oh my God. I'm losing my Fenn facts. It's the wine. Hooli. Is it a 4? 28, 30, 32 are the real dates of them. Why did I even doubt you, Chaselandia? You know what the hell you're talking about? Cheese and rice by now. It was too. Why is 33 stuck in my head? No, it's 1930 for Fenn. So Skippy passed away at the age of 50. So that was in 78. He passed away in 78. So was it shady in Mexico in the 70s to, if somebody, or is it because what was the story? What was Skippy doing? He was scuba diving, but for what and where? And, in Cozumel, was there something, borderline treasure hunty, iffy situation, or I don't, wasn't, or was he just for fun? I don't know. It's all we get. It's all we get to know, what Forrest told us. And I guess I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. He was taken too soon and he was quite the fella. I think that's all we need to know. 2.5. You need to get back to the book with us. Oh man. I know. How could I? That's a fundamental. That's one of the fundamentals. The year he was born and the age between each of his siblings. Oh my God. I'm so disappointed in myself right now. Oh. Damn it. I need to zip it with my facts because they're all sketchy at this point. Every one of them. Ay, 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 ay. Phone died. Back. Oh, whoops. Treasure warrior. Did you get it all plugged in? And once again, I must mention that tonight I did receive $50 from the same person that sends me money all the time. That's not Eugene, which is a man, which is a guy who is, I don't think you guys know who he is anyway, but I don't want to. I got $50 from him and $109. I'm looking at my thing right now and see what he said. This program, just a reminder, everybody, this program has been sponsored by United Radio Frequency. Please visit us at unitedrf.com. That's Eugene. Good night, Larry. He's calling it a night. Good night, Forrest friend. Okay. That was, yeah. Thank you, guys. That's amazing. Oh, Candy is live or went live at 9:24. Uh-oh. Is she mad? Oh, she's live right now. And talking to Street. Light workers, the puzzle, and DMC. I don't know what that means. DCM. Oh, she's talking with Street. Okay, I had to look and see what was going on. I suppose I made her mad because I was reading Dan Barberis's book. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just reading. I just read what non-bias reporter, or what do you call him? Journalist. A journalist said on the subject. And so if you don't like that, you don't like the reality of that, I'm sorry. That's not my thing. Nope. There's Gail Karen. Gail Karen. You're so awesome. I wonder why. Why are you so awesome? How'd you get to be so awesome? Gee, Jim, we'll have to agree to disagree, friend. Who's Jim? Me. Both places are great, and you are welcome. Yep. Everyone makes everyone else mad nowadays. I guess so. But Nomadic Madman is a madman. Yeah. I try not, Huli. I don't like reality. Me neither. At all. Me too. Haha, Mario. What did Mario say? Oh, I try not to, Huli. But I've managed to upset some without knowing. Candy went live. Yeah, at 9. She's still an hour ago. I see it on my showed up on my phone. At 9 o'clock or I don't. She got sick of me reading truths about her or interpretations about her friend, and I can't control any of that. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of it. Or it doesn't even matter, actually. I want to go with doesn't matter. Yeah. Susie, because I support you, because as far as I can tell, you don't talk about aliens and don't lie. Yep. You know, kind of, I'm a pretty straight shooter. But I do like aliens. I just don't talk about them. You're so awesome. Plus, you're a riot. I'm glad you think so. I just got to get Hoolies on board. On board to do what? What are you guys up to? Dun, 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 dun. Anyone try the frost rabbit hole? Oh, nice guy. Ooh, that frost. I do like that. The only thing is, you know what? And after you said that, I actually Googled the mountain. Okay, what's the name of the poem? Mountain, not interval, something like that. Mountain by Frost. That does get my brain ticking. But Frost wasn't mentioned in such a direct way that it feels, oh. And Jack told me that no particular literature outside of the thrill of the chase helped him decipher the poem. That you know, because I was asking about you know, the Catcher in the Rye and Hemingway and, you know, the green light, green light at the end of the tunnel. What is that book? Oh my God. Great Gatsby. Great Gatsby. Okay. So I was, you know, specifically asking about that or Eric Sloan, or I don't know, but literature in specific. And he said no. So to think that Frost and that specific poem was the key, it's fun to think about, but but according to Jack, you know, how much stock and trade you put in Jack, he's been presented as the one who solved the clues in the poem and went to the chest, per Forrest. So I don't know, that is a sticky wicket. Susie, you go, woman, flirt with Jack. He'll tell it all to you. You go flirt with Jack. I don't think that's going to work. I'm old and fat. I've lost my charm and that ship has sailed, you know. Ask me again 20 years ago, I could have pulled it off. No. I'm not kidding. Anyone hear from Jack? No. You know what? I sent Jack an email. I wanted some little more clarification on that whole Shannon 9 Mile Hole thing, and sent him an email. And what was weird was when I started typing his name, Jack Stoof, in my Gmail, that used to pop up his email address, and I used to be able to send it off, right? Just like start typing Jack and it would come up. But or Stoof, whatever. But no longer is the name Jack Stoof associated with that great big long number, you know, like the name no longer shows up when I started typing it. So it's like something's changed with his mail email account. He changed some settings or something with his email account where it doesn't even pop up the same. So yeah, that is interesting. Frost won the Pulitzer 4 times. I believe that makes him an important writer. Yes, but it doesn't. Well, there is a reference to Frosty. Oh, there, you just wrote it too. The same time. Nice guy. That reference to Frosty, that he was boss. Yeah, I can catch that. And it is really, I really like that. And the asterisk is a symbol of frost or snow on a map, where warm waters halt is frost. Warm water halt, if you live in Minnesota, your windshield's frosted. I can see a lot of connections, and I like that a lot. Is Frosty in the book? Yes. In the Thrill of the Chase, you mean? Yes. Old Fred Orford. Yep. That's in Once Upon a While, right? That scrapbook. But you could say that about a lot of writers. Like what about Tom Sawyer? What's that guy's name that wrote, Tom Sawyer? Why did he leave him out? He's like the biggest, and why can't I think of his name? Because I drank that whole glass of wine. Okay, somebody tell me who wrote Tom Sawyer. I sure wish, Nomadic Madman says, I sure wish Jack would sell or put up the chest in a museum soon. Isn't it weird that we haven't heard anything about the chest in 1.5 years? Mark Twain, thank you. Good God. Thank you. Lucky and Gallatin and Nomad and Cheryl, thank you. That was going to drive me crazy. And me, Navio says. Oh, cute. Well, Nomadic Madman, that isn't true. We had all that kerfuffle just a few weeks back. If you can you recall that whole thing with the chest is for sale, or it's at the place getting evaluated, Heritage Auctions and Texts coming up with an evaluation and yada yada yada. Samuel Clemens, good one. So and then on K-Pro's show, I think it was last week, it was I don't know, I've lost track of times and which show is which, but I swear, because it was after Cynthia put out her video last or 2 Fridays ago. Cynthia put out that video, so it had to have been the Monday after that, so it's been that long. That K-Pro had said that and the chest has been sold, or the chest is being sold. It's over. That's a done thing. And then she said something like, didn't Cynthia mention that in her video? ? And just went, but and then said, I thought Cynthia talked about that in hers. But anyway, if she didn't, the chest has been sold, and made it like this casual fly-by-night information, like, like, I know this is not a big deal to me, and I've known this for a while. This is like, like treating it like so lightly that I can't be real, or why is she torturing us with that? What's the point? Frost works are kept in the archives of the U.S. government, and you have free access to it. Give us your memoir to Congress. They love those things. Oh, that's a good tie-in. Nice guy. Um, yes, but we didn't hear anything about it from Jack or see the chest. Seems like a fishy story. Absolutely. Stinks. It stinks like fish. Very fishy. Sorry, got to go. Good night, Mario. It was good to see you. Have a good night. Or good morning. Not sure by now where you are in the scheme of things. Everything seems well placed, as you know. Isn't that the truth, Nomadic Madman? I interviewed Ned Frost's grandson several years ago. No kidding. My pancakes are real. Heat up the syrup a little bit. It's always better. Oh, God. Stay well, Mario. Oops, I have 2 computers and 2 mice. Okay. Oh, Ben Apple changed into Ben Apple from, oh yeah, his phone went dead or something like that. The mountain interval was Forest Veta Mitchum. Is that some Latin, or is that Cynthia Meacham's middle name? is Veta Cynthia's middle name? Oh no. So since when does Susie not pull on a string? Frost is the king of, I know. I like it a lot. And I like it because the Frost thing is Frost is also there went the slur hoolie, that's a 5. Is a weather symbol. Excuse me, I have to get this out and then be done. Okay, so if the Frost symbol is a weather symbol, the weather symbols were created by Eric Sloan. He was the original meteorologist. He's the one that came up with the symbols that are shown on the weather maps on TV, so everyone understands what they mean. And the asterisk was frost or snow. So I like it. Okay, now I must go before it gets worse. Everyone jump over to Indy. Her and Street are over there talking about not this, trying to stay out of the fray. And I know Candy has such a strong heart that I honestly believe she cares for Mindy, and those two are friends. And so when she does have to hear stuff that, whether it be true or reported or whatever, I think that hurts her. And I understand, and it's a sensitive topic and everything. So, I mean, I get it. But I think it needs to be hashed out and not just this, blurry email, snippets taken off various whatever. It's just so icky. And so whatever, everyone jump over to Candy, and I'm going to thanks Susie, great ending. I love and miss the chase, but I'm enjoying this channel. I know, but I'm enjoying the wine, so I need to exit stage left, right? Okay, I'm gonna push buttons now, y'all.